The next stage of insulation, fiberglass pink, which I did in the floor and it wasn't a problem, but this time we're putting it in the ceiling, which is a completely different job. Do I know what I'm doing? No, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing it anyways? Yes, I am!
Hey, won't you stay a little bit longer? Sorry, didn't mean to, but I heard you cannot undo it. So please stay.
Hi, my name's Erin. I quit a PhD, I quit a marriage, I quit city life, all so that I could homeschool my kids, mentor on a permaculture food forest, and build my own house with almost no building experience. And I filmed the whole thing so that you could come along with me and watch me succeed or fail in glorious fashion. Today we pick up my story in early October, while I rush to get the house ready for my kids and I to move in before the winter comes.
Hey! That was really horrible. I mean, the insulation isn't bad, it's just so awkward. Ta-da! The first 6 rafters are done. I'm almost halfway. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite job, but it's going pretty quickly, so I can't really complain that much. And it's not really a high level of skill involved, and you don't really need a lot of strength. So it's not the worst job either.
This is our place. This, you can see the fireplace, the tent, through the inside. This is the outside. And here, here's the top.
Only it's really good.
Here's that part. And it's done.
So I'm just finishing up the spray foam. Spray foam's kind of fun when it first comes out, and it's all zippy and whooshy and quite satisfying, as Bethany puts it. But if you're a person who likes it to be sort of like consistent and tidy, spray foam is not consistent or tidy. It is, I find that it's really uneven the way it comes out of the can, and it's really uneven in the way that it expands. So it's really hard to make it nice and tidy. So like I've got some places where it's a total disaster, like this window. This window's a total disaster. And some places that look really, really good. Like the inside of this window, same window, looks really, really nice and neat and tidy. And then down here, it's a mess again. So it's really hard. I find it a bit frustrating to work with. Also, it's really expensive. Like, it's like $15 a can, and one can does a window. Look at that. Insulation the whole way. I'm pretty proud and excited and relieved and optimistic and all of those things. Like, the 14-day weather forecast doesn't have it getting ridiculously cold or ridiculously wet, and I think I can have this ready in 14 days. So that feels really good. I mean, I won't have electricity and I won't have plumbing, but I'll be warm and dry, and that's all I care about, really. Warm and dry is the most important thing. Water and electricity, I can rig up a temporary system. It's just a little bit of extra work, you know, walking back and forth to the house or whatever. But being warm, that's an important thing. Very exciting. I never heard of tuck tape before I started this project, but I gotta tell you, I'm not quite sure why duct tape gets all the fuss, because this stuff is extremely superior. This is, I had no idea that it could even make adhesives, this adhesive, the sticky. How did I get 42 years into my life without knowing that there was tape this good in the world? I don't know. It's not. Doesn't seem right. Is this an ugly monstrosity? Yes, yes it is. This is supposed to be visible, this part here. Anything that's past this line here is supposed to be visible. And that stuff is hideous. Am I going to cover it up? I don't know. Yeah, probably. Sure, whatever. Look at this stud. It's got a huge crack in it, and it doesn't even touch the wood. Winning, Aaron. Winning. Look at how much room there is in here. It's so awesome. So I took the other scaffolding out. There were 2 in here. Now there's only 1. I still need to keep it until the beadboard is on the ceiling. But before I had to have 2 because there was a big hole in the middle right here holding the ceiling up. So I couldn't move the scaffolding from one side of the room to the other. But a couple of days ago, we put in these support beams here, which hold the ceiling up, hold the walls in. So this beam could come out, and that scaffolding could come out, and I swept the floor, and oh my god, there's so much space in here. It's so cool. I'm so excited. So the girls are at their dad's for a whole week so that I can get some things accomplished on the house. It's really difficult when they're here because I feel like no matter what I'm doing the wrong thing. Like, I feel like I need to work on the house because it needs to be ready before the snow flies so that the girls will have somewhere safe and warm and dry to live for the winter. But when I'm working on the house, I feel like I'm not giving enough attention to the girls. They want me to read with them. They want to go for walks in the woods and go exploring. And they want to go to the library and they want to color together. And I want to do all of those things with them. But if I'm doing those things, I feel that I'm neglecting my duties on the house. And if I'm working on the house, I feel like I'm neglecting my kids. So it's really nice that they were able to go to their dad's for a week so I can really focus on this. And then when this is ready, then I can really focus on them. I won't feel like I'm losing at everything. So here we go with the ultimate building week. So I'm way up here on the scaffolding at the roof, trying to install this fan. Look at this. Look at this bug. This is one of those big ugly black wasps. Still alive. I don't know how it got here. How did it get? The plastic goes like all the way. This is all plastic. Stupid thing. Basically, building a house is about creating a force field between you and nature. The thing is, nature finds a way. In the immortal words of Jeff Goldblum, nature finds a way. Okay, very exciting. I am about to take down that scaffolding and open that door. So now I really hope that I can get this door installed properly because it's supposed to rain for the next 4 days straight. And there's a great big hole on the side of my house. The turkeys. Always helpful, aren't ya? So I got the French doors installed. Unfortunately, everything that could go wrong did. And I'm gonna have to take them out again and redo them because they overlap by about an inch in the middle. Winning. So yeah, I swore a fair bit when that happened. Because it was just a whole bunch of stuff went wrong. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised that they didn't work. Because when that many things go wrong, you kind of expect them to not work. But won't they look absolutely beautiful when they work? Can't wait. So insulation is going in
I've got 2 walls completely done. The 3rd wall is mostly done. Now I'm just waiting on finishing the electrical stuff, which, can I just brag, I am learning to do myself. And then hopefully before the end of this week, I'll have a false floor built and the wood stove, be ready to put the wood stove in. Before I can put the wood stove in though, I have to learn how to do grout and tile. So many new skills. There's this building site in town that we keep driving past, and the kids keep marveling about how quickly it's going up. They are much faster than you, Mom. Look at how much quicker that building goes up than the one you're making. And so today I was explaining to them that they'll have a contractor, and he'll hire an electrician to do the electrical work, and he'll hire a plumber to do the plumbing work, and he'll hire framers to do the framing, and he'll hire a roofer to do the roofing. And they're like, oh, but you're just one person doing all those jobs yourself. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you very much. I am just one person doing all those jobs myself, learning as I go. So, you know, give me a break, dude. It has been raining for 4 days, and it hasn't gone above about 4 degrees the whole time. So my mood is pretty low. I'm definitely really tired of living in a camper. Hey buddy, you're on the wrong farm. Hi. What are you doing? Oh yeah. I love it.
A purple ocean.
It's a hard question.
What is that thing?
So do you see it's like a little round knife. So it cuts the plastic, but it leaves the wire. I don't know if I'm doing this right. All I know is that spray foam insulation is UV sensitive and that it can absorb water. And I don't know when I'm going to be getting siding on this house, so I feel like I need to cover it up. So flashing tape for the win. I'm really feeling fatigued. I mean, I'm close. I'm so close. But then I'm also so far away. There's so much to be done still. We got the false floor in this weekend while the girls were at their dad's, which is really exciting because that means I can put the stove in now. But before we can put the stove in, I need to clear out the building site so the tractor can get in because it's a total mess. And I need to find someone who can install the chimney properly. And of course, those guys are all booking into January, and I need my chimney in before January. That's just not feasible. And I feel like I should be kicking myself. I should have booked it way back in August, but way back in August, I didn't know when I was going to have the stove in, so I couldn't have booked it that far in advance. So here I am, you know, worrying about that. I need to fix the door. I want to get the walls on. To get the walls on, though, I need to finish tidying up all the electrical sockets and caulking around all the edges of the plastic, caulking and taping all the edges of the plastic so that it's a proper seal. But it's really exciting to feel so close to being to a place where we could actually live in it. I mean, of course, once the stove is in, I still need to build the lofts and the stairs and the kitchen counter and the bathroom. I need to put in a toilet. But it's really exciting how close I am. And of course, I still need to put on the roof and the solar panels. But if I'm honest with you, I found it hard to believe that I would ever get this far. I mean, look, it's like, it's kind of a house. So, you know, there's a lot of feelings, but mostly just
fatigue. I want to just hang out with my kids. I want to just cuddle with them and read stories and do crafts. That's the whole reason I don't have a job, is so that I can spend more time with my kids, and I'm not spending any time with them at all right now. That's not true. We cuddled until 11 o'clock this morning, and then I got to work. But, you know, I just have to push through a little bit longer. Just push through a little bit longer. Which is what I've been saying for over a year now. Well, that's what I've been saying for about 5 years now. Just push through a little bit longer. Of course, part of the reason that I'm so tired is that almost every night I wake up at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm awake for at least 2 hours because I can't stop thinking about, you know, the placement of my electrical sockets, hanging of my door, you know, I'm just constantly problem solving in the middle of the night. How am I going to build the bathroom wall? How am I going to fit the kitty litter in? All these questions. So that contributes to my exhaustion and fatigue. What really helps, though, is the weather has been so cooperative. We've had 2 bouts of really cold, rainy weather. We had a little bit of snow and hail, but for the most part, this weather is gorgeous. Like, it's almost Halloween. It's going to be 11 degrees on Halloween. I can't tell the last time that it was that warm. So, you know, I got to count my blessings. But it's still a lot. I'm getting ready to tile where the wood stove is going to be. This is my very first time tiling ever in my life. And like every new step in this process, I have huge anxiety because you watch these videos where people are teaching you how to tile. And they're telling you the way that professionals do it. You know, it's like Home Depot or like somebody who's selling some sort of tiling product or something. That's usually what it is. Somebody's selling something. And they really push you need this tool, and you need this product, and you need this tool, and you need this product, and you need to do it right, and you need to do it perfect, and you need to make sure to line it all up. And in fact, you should probably just hire me to do it. That's basically the gist of most of the videos online. So they make it seem really hard. So then I get anxiety that I'm gonna fuck it up. And you know what the truth is? It's not going to be perfect. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the moment I put my wood stove on these tiles that they're going to crack. It's just how it's probably going to turn out because these tiles are kind of fragile. I'm putting it on a floor that's thinner than it's supposed to be. And I don't know what I'm doing. But as long as it keeps my floor from burning, that's all that matters. So I'm just reminding myself, it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Do your best. You can fix it in a few years if it really bothers you that much. First row of tiles, hey, which is pretty cool. It's not amazing, but it's also not crap. So, on a 45-degree angle, like that.
Like that?
Yeah.
Further?
Yeah, all the way. Yeah, cool.
There.
And then just so make sure you go all the way to the edge of this tile here and pull it all the way across. Good work. And then go all the way to the edge of this tile here. all the way across. You're on too much of an angle now.
I got my stuff.
You're on a 90-degree angle. You need to be on a 45-degree angle.
This way?
There, like that. Cool.
That's good.
Yep, that's good.
That was my job.
Well, hold on. She's gonna place the tile.
Nice.
Nope, nope, nope. You don't want it to be smooth. You want it to be bumpy.
Why?
All right, set it down over there on that spot there. That's where the next one's gonna go. So hold on, Abby.
Yeah.
All right, Bethany. So you take your tile very carefully, set it down, but you don't want to set it down in exactly the right spot. You want to set it close to the right spot, and you want to slide it into the right spot.
Like this?
A little closer to the right spot. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now you can slide it over.
Okay. Let's moving this out.
Yeah. So you want to push it until these guys are pinched and can't go anywhere. No, you don't want to push it down. You want to push it over. Yeah,
There.
that's right.
Can't go any
So
further.
there should be one here. So can you slide it over this way a little bit? Yeah. And then there should be one here and slide it that way. There we go. And then we want to kind of make sure that they're all level, which they're not in any way whatsoever.
That's okay, right?
No. They're more likely to break when it's not level, but it's okay. It's not your fault. It's because the floor underneath isn't level. All right, Abby.
Let's see.
All right, and make sure you get it all the way to the edge of this one without getting it on this one. Thank you. And then go all the way to the edge of those ones without getting it on those ones. Back, Abby, you're too far. You're too far. You're too far. There you go.
Like that?
Yep. Good work, Bethany. All right, Abby, that's good. We can set this down over here. Set it down over there.
Got into my shoe.
Yeah, it got onto your shoe. That's all right.
I cleaned it up for you.
And then, Abby, you're going to set this guy
I cleaned it.
close to the right spot and then slide it across. You don't want to push down. You want to push over. That's good, Abby. Thank you very much, Bethany. That's right. You don't want to push down. You want to push it over.
And I was like,
Yeah. Can you push it over?
what if I step on this?
Then you'll get it all over your shoe, and then you'll get it on anything that you step on.
Okay, then I won't.
Is it a bit hard to move it?
Step on these things when we tiny.
No, they won't be there. They're just there for now. I mean, we could really take them out now if we wanted to, but I don't want to take them out.
Why are they here?
They're here to make sure that they're all exactly the right space apart, except that they're not all exactly the right space apart. But it'll have to do. It's the best I can do. All right, let's go have some dinner. Nice work, kiddos. I'm just using this metal that I got from some guy selling off his dad's farm. A huge pile of it for $100. And I used some of it in my floor, and I used it on my roof. And now I'm gonna use it for my heat shield. And then I'm gonna have loads left over. Like, that's just one of the 2 piles of leftovers that I'm gonna have. But it's really dirty. So I have to get it nice and clean before I can put it in my house. Just taking my wood stove for a walk. I've been working toward this for like the last month. So this is really exciting and terrifying. The wood stove in, and then my body demanded that I take a break. So I'm spending the day taking it easy. But taking it easy still involved doing all of my chores, which took probably a good 4 hours this morning. I mostly took off the last 5 days. I mean, took off. Halloween, visitors, all sorts of stuff going on. And I still worked on the door. I put in the doorknob and all the stuff around the trim and so on. The scaffolding is going back up because the next thing I want to tackle is finishing putting the tin on this roof and maybe putting on the solar panels if I get lucky. Things are going a bit slower than usual today because we have a sick bunny whom Bethany is dutifully nursing back to health. So when you buy a $4,500 wood stove, you think, well, that's a pretty hefty investment. But it's gonna, warm our house, cook our food, dry our laundry. I guess it's 3 appliances in one, that'll do. What you don't realize is that you then have to spend another $600, and then $400, another $1,000 on chimney parts just to hook the damn thing up. And I didn't know, and now I do. We have to take the whole wall apart and frame in the opening for the chimney to go out. So that is a big job. And they have just made a call for snow in 10 days. So I have 10 days to do as much as I possibly can in this tiny house before we move in, which I'm kind of excited about. I just took like 5 days off without really doing much work, so I'm excited to move in, and it'll be interesting to see how much I can get done before we have to move in. Hopefully walls, wood stove walls, loft, roof, that's one loft, just one loft. I can't imagine myself getting 2 lofts done, but that's okay. We only really need one for now. Wish us luck. So yesterday I fixed the strapping on the steep slope part of the roof, and today I'm putting the tin on. I'm not filming it because it's really frightening and occupies all of my brain power. So the thought of like setting up a camera and showing you what I'm doing kind of stresses me out. I'm only 8 feet off the ground, but I have a paralyzing fear of heights. Like, my fear of heights, maybe I've told you this already. My fear of heights is so bad that in high school I sold my roller skates because I was afraid of being that high off the ground. And in fact, I think I'm afraid enough that I need to go to the bathroom right now. It is November 10th. It is like 19 degrees today, but tomorrow it's gonna rain all day, and then the next day the temperature is gonna drop to like 4 degrees, freezing overnight. So today is the day that I have to get this roof finished. And I'm pretty close. I think it's doable, but that doesn't mean it is actually doable. We'll see how it goes. Hey, there she is. We cut it very close. The snow came on a Sunday afternoon when we were still working on the chimney. But as the sun set, we were finally ready to light our first fire in our new home. Look at how pretty it is! There's a fire in our stove!
So the wood stove is in, and the chimney is in, and we are burning our first fire in the wood stove, which is very exciting, but I don't feel excited. And I think this is something that happens with every new step, is that I've been working so hard to getting to that new step, and as soon as I arrive at, all I can think about is all the next steps that I have. So for instance, I have to learn how to use this wood stove, and I have to learn how to cook on this wood stove, but also I don't really want to move in yet because it's a construction site. We need to build a loft. We need to finish putting the walls on. I need to finish putting the roof on. We don't have any electricity in here, so we need to put in the electrical panel and all that stuff. So there's no toilet in here. I need to build a toilet. There's no kitchen sink. I need to build a kitchen counter and put the sink in. So it's awesome that the wood stove is in here, and it's so warm and it's so beautiful, and I'm really happy about it. And it couldn't have been better timing because the camper ran out of gas today. I could go fill it up. It's not really that big of a deal, but so it's awesome, but I'm not as happy as I've already moved past gleeful into like, all right, bring on the next step. It's really warm in here though. It's really cold in the camper, and it's really warm in here, but it stinks. The stove needs time to it needs to cook the paint on. So it needs to sit here and just be hot and stinky and smoky for a day or two. And then it won't be so bad in here. So I'm kind of glad that we're not living in here yet. Soon.